So as we know, the electoral amendment bill had its first reading this week in Parliament. Some of the key changes include closing the enrolment 13 days before election day, creating a new offence that prohibits the provision of free food and drink within 100 metres of a voting place, and a total ban on prisoner voting. So the government, Tania, says these changes will improve the voting process. What's your key concern?
Well, my key concern is that there are potentially hundreds of thousands of people that will be prevented from voting at the next election because of these changes. And the Attorney General's report into this legislation confirms that that is a possibility, and that this type of legislation doesn't need to go that far in order to achieve what it is aiming to achieve. So there are some real concerns here around one of the most basic fundamental democratic rights, which is the right to vote, being taken away from a number of people. And what we also know is that Māori will be disproportionately affected by this, as well as people who are in vulnerable living situations. So for the government to come out and say that this is about efficiency, this is about essentially one extra week of counting votes compared to taking away one of the most fundamental democratic rights we have, I think it's voter suppression. Just blatantly.
The government, of course, says we're not taking away anything. We're just making sure that people will...
Well, that's false, because they're taking away the right to register on election day. So even if you're trying to say, but they now can, you are definitely taking something away, because that is no longer going to exist. You have removed that it would be a takeaway. Mr. Bishop and Mr. Luxon and Mr. Goldsmith, I think, who might be in charge of this whole dog shit thing.
Oh, and I mean, is that not a valid concern, Emmy?
I mean, it doesn't seem like it, right? The why, there's no case, no one is yet to be able to argue like why this needs to be done. There was no enormous problem being caused by having to count special votes last time. No horrible logistical problems caused by people signing out to vote on the day.
So the minister says, well, it was 3 weeks. We had to wait 3 weeks. It was 2 weeks, but in the election beforehand, then 3 weeks in the last election. We just don't want to have that anymore.
When we got invaded and our entire society was dismantled, one of the big pitches the British made to us was that they were bringing a superior model of governance, right, where everyone gets to have a say. And now they're saying that that's too hard. If we think that these values are important, if we really think that democracy is this important special thing, why are we throwing it out as soon as it gets slightly difficult to administer? There's been no case made for why this needs to be done, when there are very obvious partisan effects that are going to come about as a consequence of these rules. I think we should be thinking about like who benefits from doing this, not ordinary people.
Yeah, I love that idea, especially coming from Māori. You know, you guys promised us this fantastic system, this Westminster system that's going to help everyone and be good. Oh, it's getting a bit hard now, so we're going to change it. We're going to change it to a whole bunch of the people who we were promised this system will be disenfranchised by it. It's a very lovely point.